Folks, yeah, 20th of February, camera rolling, and I'm here in the kiln shed. We had a firing, so I thought we'd talk about it, the good, the bad and the ugly. There was quite a lot of ugly. Yeah, in fact I did another video before this video, which I haven't uploaded yet, but my computer crashed. Just won't open the screen, you know, just a black screen. I can't get it to load Windows. So this afternoon I'm going to take my computer to the computer guy and hopefully he can resolve it. I'm hoping that at least I'll be able to retrieve lots and lots and lots of YouTube videos, sort of master copies off the hard drive, and hundreds and thousands of photographs, as you can imagine that we all have, don't we, on our computers these days. Ton of photographs and videos, etc. So yeah, so I'm shooting this ahead, in the hope that I'll be able to upload the previous video, which was actually me out here in the kiln shed at night firing the kiln. Anyway, we've had the results here in front of us. In fact, in many ways it was a terrible firing, really not good. On the other hand, it was actually quite a good firing because I learned some things, and that's always good, isn't it, if we learn something. And so, without further ado, let me just talk about basically a couple of main problems that I had occurred. And one was I had a revisit to my bloating problem. And that, I think, was caused by the fact that I was I should have made the kiln a little bit longer in firing to burn out some of the organic matter. Of course, you see, when you're doing raw glazing once firing, in a sense you've got to have the biscuit firing, the bisque firing and the glaze firing all in one, you see. So you don't want to rush it. I wasn't aware that I was rushing it at the time, but I got bloating anyway. The other problem I had, and I'll show you these as we go, that was, as well as bloating, I had a lot of wood ash on certain pots that ran off down onto the shelves and stuck the pots to the shelves. I had that actually in the last firing. I'm still seeing a shelf here that I haven't cleaned up yet. And now I've got a load more in there. Yeah, so I'm not sure exactly the reason why, other than I think I possibly, I'll just show you in the kiln here, you'll see the disasters. So what you see down there, I've got to very carefully try and get off the shelf. And I'm going to try to probably grind it off with using a face mask and probably a diamond grinder of some kind. Can be surprisingly hard to get stuff like that off a shelf. And this one here sort of took half the bottom of the pot with it, didn't it? Having said that, if the pots had not run, they would have been very nice. I had a lot of these pictures here. Some of them you saw me do. In fact, just to show you how nice they in fact were. Apart from the fact you see those runs running all the way down to the bottom of the pot, and then of course trying to get the pot off the shelf, you get that happening. But looking at it from a positive point of view, nicely fired, and you know, I like that faceting on the bottom and nice rich colours. So, okay, got to be philosophical about these things. I'll show you these bad ones first. Again, a lovely picture, you know. Rich colours, nice, just running just a bit too much, you see. So yeah, when it runs that much and then you end up chipping the pot as badly as I did there to get it off, you know it's too much, don't you? What else? Yeah, these guys. I mean, they all came out quite nice. A little bit of bloating on the side there, you'll notice, and on the base. Bummer, because you know it doesn't want to sit down, does it? Wants to rock around the clock, you know. So they're basically field glaze. That one I just showed you was field glaze. Again, this one, this is actually a wood ash and red clay glaze on the inside and over the handle here, and then just wood ash sprayed. But this one didn't really run too badly, but got a dirty great bloat as well on the base. Yes, okay. So I think I showed you those ones. Now there were some quite nice ones that came out. This one was quite a nice little number, I thought. Now he did stick, but I think I can grind him back sufficiently that it won't be. Yeah, it'll be, I guess, a second, but I mean a good second, you know, not sort of a ugly great chip on it. Yeah, nice. Pleased with that, and some other little ones here. There's the faceted bottom, which you saw me doing in some of those videos. This one actually came out okay. It didn't bloat and it didn't stick. So yeah, quite nice. This one here, nice little jug. I like that one a lot. Field glaze, which has had wood ash blown over the outside of it. Do you like that one? I do. Yes sirree. This guy, he came out pretty nice. Celadon to the inside over the handle, wood ash sprayed on the outside, but he didn't run too bad. Faceted base, nice. I like that one. Came out well. Also this guy, nice wood ash sprayed. These are double sprayed. A fine wood ash spray to start with, using the compressor, and then an extra coat on the top. Yes. I have my own theory as to why it has run, and that is that the fine wood ash spray. Oh yeah, there was this one here. I didn't show you this one. Ooh. Yeah, nice little sort of medieval style jugs. These I like these. You see where it's got a little bit bluey at the top there? That's wood ash over field glaze. It turns a bluey colour. Yeah. So yeah, I was actually really pleased with the pictures, but I was sad as well. I don't know if I can explaining that right, but you know, because of the fact that they were so good and yet they were kind of marred because of other pots that I had out that were again good but marred. This is put it down here in the grass. Cookie jar, but you see some little bloating there. Wow, bloating is, you know, I don't worry about it excessively, but it is technically a fault, and it shouldn't really occur. So yeah, quite heavy spray there, and that has run down, you see, over the side. Some prints to the base there. So that's that. Just showing you these. Yeah, because this is the harvest, isn't it? Our harvest. This one again ran down, unfortunately, and you see the result on the bottom of the pot and in the kiln on the shelf. But you see the fine spray where it's brown, where it's not got the wood ash, or it doesn't look like it's got wood ash, but it has got wood ash, but it's not thick enough to look like wood ash. It just turns brown, you see. That's the compressor spray. Okay, and then, oops, careful Jimmy, right. Fortunately, these here, I had an order for these. John Culkin, he ordered these, and they've all come out okay. And somebody else ordered some green Celadon tankards, which is these, and most of these are okay. The only flaw I can really think of is the fact that you see that line just under the lip there, where my finger's touching, that little brown line, is because these are double dipped, and I didn't make sure that the glaze. You see, I did the inside first, and then I did the outside, and it didn't quite overlap enough. Ah, well. Here's a guy. This guy was a sticker, kind of nice, but you see, that's the one that left half its bottom behind. This again is same glaze as that one there, I think. And again, you see, it ran down too much runniness. A lot of the, quite nice, tankard, iron slip with a milky glaze over the top. And then these were the ladies' mugs. I described them as the ladies' mugs. You see the bloating, that one got clobbered with bloating, didn't it? God. And yet this one here, you see, is fine. Very nice to drink out of, I have to say. Yeah, I should definitely be making more of these. This one here, it's got lots of, I don't know if you can see, little fine bloats. They're not really, haven't developed into biggish bloats, but it's sort of fine. I can feel them with my fingers. I can feel them there. Another thing with this, the cobalt didn't get strong enough. Oh God, it was too weak. You see, I think this one you saw me do in a video. Actually, you saw me decorate it, but I don't know if you can notice on the inside there's some little small bloats, and also in places on the outside here. And the cobalt not strong enough, needs to be stronger. Needs to be stronger. That one is not too bad. A couple of little bloats forming down there, but nothing really. You know. That was one with the blue, the cobalt blue, a little stronger as it should be. Yeah, these Celadon, they came out okay, those tankards. Quite nice. If anybody's interested in any of these pots, give me a shout. Grab the frame from the YouTube video with the, you know, the timestamp on the bottom. That's the best way. If there's anything that you really like. Nice little bud vases. They came out very handsome, didn't they? I was pleased with those for the most part. That's iron slip. It looks like it's like a Temeku, doesn't it? But it's actually an iron slip. And this one came out, I kind of like this one. It came out real black. Rather nice. Iron slip with a white glaze over the top. This one's got like a swirling sgraffito decoration. I like that one, actually. Moving down the line here. Yeah, that one, iron slip, sgraffito. It came out okay. Yes, and some of these other ones here, a little bit of crawling I had. You see that there? And that's probably due to the fact that before I applied the glaze, I didn't dust that off properly. You see that? I didn't dust that off properly. Whoa, dear me. Deary me. Okay. And that one actually was a wax resist that didn't really come out, but I just put it in the kiln. I thought, well, I'll put it in, see what happens. Kind of wish I hadn't put it in a way. Yeah. Do you ever have that happen? Yeah. This one, you see, you can barely see the cobalt there. It's supposed to have like a cobalt wash underneath that decoration. Yeah, so well, that's about it. Oh yeah, I didn't show you these. These actually came out quite nice. These were some little sort of squared off dishes that I made a while back. They've been hanging around, but I finally got them in a kiln. Yeah, nice little dessert dishes or what have you. Came out quite nicely. This was that runny glaze, the glaze that tends to run, which is like this one. But on the inside, you see how it's run down to the bottom of the inside there, formed like a pool in the bottom. Probably, yeah, the wood ash. What I should do is mix it up and then let it settle out, and then take the water content off the top and reintroduce more water, thereby diluting the fluxes rather that are in the glaze because of the ash, the wood ash. I already did it actually a couple of times, but I don't think I did it quite enough. Yeah, milky glaze to the inside. These are actually right on the top of the kiln. Another thought I had about the firing, and that was I had a shelf across the top here that was perhaps a bit too wide. It was, I think it was like this one here. And that guy was at the very, very top, last of all, and it straddled right the way across here like that. And I'm thinking that perhaps it kind of blocked the flow rather of gases through the kiln. I'm suspicious that it might have done anyway. I didn't show you these guys, did I? They came. Oh no, I didn't see that. It's got a kind of crack there in the bottom. You see that? Oh well. Dee. Yeah, I wonder what caused that. One's okay. These are little mustard pots, you know. He came out. They're not cracked. He's not cracked. This was a little one of those ones. Oh yeah, you had a few little fishies there on the lid on the inside here. So when you take the lid off, you get a little surprise, don't you? You get a little surprise. You get 3 fish, little fluted, cylindrical, covered piece. Quite nice. Yes, let's put the camera back on the tripod. I expect you're all dizzy from me. Oops, knock the tripod over. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining me. Yeah, there's a little tea bowl. He came out okay. Looks like a kind of celadon. It's either celadon or field glaze, I'm not sure. Yeah. It's always a learning experience, isn't it? I mean, this is a really important time, I think, after a firing. Really analyze, scrutinize the work and go over it with a fine tooth comb. The good points about it, the bad points about it. You know, try and remember where you put things in the kiln. It's always a good idea also write a kiln log, you know, and make some comments so that next time when you fire, you can pick up on those comments, and you know, you think, oh yeah, of course, yeah, I remember I did such and such. Therefore, you know, because so you read your comments and you think, oh yeah, right, okay, so next time, you know, I'm going to make comments here, like I've been talking about, you know, cobalt blue needs to be stronger, you know. We need to have a longer sort of soaking period in the middle of the firing, you know, to burn out some of those organics. A lot of the organics weren't able to be burnt out. They were sort of in the process of burning out, you know. But then you see, when you hit vitrification, if your organic matter in the clay body has not been properly burnt out and expelled through the wall of the pot before the pot vitrifies, in other words, before the clay becomes glassy, before the actual clay starts to melt, because when the actual clay starts to melt, it like traps the air underneath that is trying to escape, and then that forms a bubble, you see. That's because the clay body is beginning to vitrify. So yeah, learn, think, make adjustments as you go, make notes. I recommend that anyway. Yes, I shall have to do that. Thing is, you see, I haven't fired the kiln since before Christmas, and you know what? I was just thinking back to my last firing, you know, and I think, wow, that seems like a long time ago. And yeah, you get your best pots when you're firing in rhythm, one firing and then another and then another and then another. You see, you begin to refine it each time. When you leave it like too long and you come back to it, you know, it's the middle of winter and you're sort of like, everything's a bit of a struggle. You then, you know, you forget some of the mistakes you made, and then you've got to remake those same mistakes again. Do you find that you do that? I do. I find I repeat mistakes because I wasn't paying attention. Pay attention. Like, you know, I'm looking at this. You see now. Look, let me show you this. Just look. You see, there's that. Let's make sure in the picture. There's that. You see. Now that's 50% wood ash, 50% red clay glaze. Okay. That's the finished result. You see, it was a little bit smaller, it shrunk. It's gone from one to the other. This is finger wiped. I finger wipe these. But when you do finger wiping, it pushes the glaze to the side. You know, and then you get extra thickness here of glaze, which runs down. You see how it's run down to the bottom here? I mean, it looks nice, doesn't it? Well, it's like that, but it goes a bit further, then it's stuck on the shelf, and you've got that. So just got to bear in mind that. So maybe you need to have this glaze here a little thinner and be very vigilant down the bottom here. Or maybe this wasn't really the best pot to have done this on. Maybe do that and then have a gap. You can always put things, you see, like grooves in the outside of a pot, so that when glaze runs down, it catches in the grooves and it pools there, and it sort of acts as a dam or a barrier to stop it running all the way down to the very bottom. You see, that's something to think about. But yeah, I mean, I felt a bit frustrated, as you would expect, and annoyed with myself maybe that I wasn't paying attention better. On the other hand, I felt also, my heart felt excited because I saw something in some of the, you know, I saw something in some of these pots and some of these results that I really liked, and I thought, that's given me a vision. It's given me something to aim at. Okay, it didn't work out 100% this time, but I'll refine it, and next time I'll get it right, you see. I mean, that's a nice picture, I think, don't you? It's a nice little number, that. You know what? You know, you can have a terrible firing, but you can just have a few pots that come out like nice, like this one that pleases me, and it somehow makes it all worth it, you know, even though you've had a lot of disasters. Okay, enough said. Thanks for joining us, folks. Go to my website, simonleachpottery.com. Workshops, we've got workshops there. Check out my workshop schedule for teaching. Keep practicing workshops here in Milheim. Write to me if there's a date that interests you. March and April are full, but May and June and July, etc., there's a lot of empty spots. So if you want to come on a workshop, write to me. We'll see if we've got space. And that's about it. Yeah, not wheel plans, kiln plans. I'm going to do a kiln plan of this kiln, the converted gas kiln, with a zillion photographs and dimensions and everything like that, because I get so many people writing to me about it and asking me about it that I thought, well, why don't we just make put this all on a PDF with photographs, dimensions, etc., and my advice about how to fire it, etc., and then see how we go with that. We'll put it up on PDF, you know, with a kiln, $20, and see if that's useful to you. Okay, folks, thanks a lot. See you soon in the next video. Meanwhile, we keep practicing. Yes, we do. Bye for now.